Welcome aboard, kid. Now on YouTube.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the W.A.K, the wackest podcast on the internet.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop.
one of your three hosts, Naboo. That's who.
I'm Fluffy McGruff.
And I'm the lovely super symbiote.
Lovely as always. And today we're doing a special. It's special number 2 time. Because
Yeah, buddy.
as you may
Woo!
have noticed, we did not release an episode last week. And that is because we were busy having the raddest weekend ever. I'm
Whack
sure
reunion,
people had
baby.
weekends comparable, but this is definitely one for the books. And today for the special, we're just going to kind of run you through it because we had a great time. I went home to see these guys and my family, and yeah, we did some cool stuff this weekend. We started off going to Florence, South Carolina, to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
At what was the actual name of the convention?
PowerCon?
It was formerly
Power. It's
known
on my
as
shirt.
Florence Comic Con, but the guy who
Power
runs
Comic.
Legends passed away, so they changed it to Power Comic Con. And honestly, it was really nice.
It
It
was
nice,
a
yeah.
great time. This is
I
the
liked
shirt.
it. There were a lot of nice people there
Yep.
this year.
There's
It's
the
a
shirt.
Carolina Smash.
I'll zoom in
Yeah.
on that. There's the shirt.
I guess it was yeah.
Yeah, I got to see some
Anime
unique
was
stuff
maybe the
there,
big
like
selling
that I
point,
really
but,
haven't seen at other Comic Cons.
I mean, this was my first Comic-Con, and I've heard that it is spending a lot of money, and they were right. 'Cause
Yeah.
boy, was there so
always
much stuff I wanted to buy. There was a few things I did buy.
Like, I feel like there's two reasons to go to Comic Con, and that's to cosplay and to fucking buy shit because you're gonna see shit that you just don't really see anywhere else, you know.
I'm in danger.
You're pretty much guaranteed. There's like, I feel like there should be a bingo sheet for like things you can see at a Comic Con, and like one of them's like the Master Sword. You know, another one's a holographic picture of Goku that's going to be regular Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, and then Super Saiyan God Goku. You know,
Well, we gotta have Vegeta too, but yeah.
Which
waifu pillows.
I just want to mention, not only did we see the Dark Link Master Sword, but we also saw the most beautiful recreation of the Attack on Titan blades. That
Yes.
I was
yeah.
about this
Those were
close to
really-
spending that
Mm.
money, but I just knew it was
Bro, that
a
shit was
think
like
bad.
100 or 250 or some shit like that.
I think if
Yeah.
Alex wasn't busy, if Alex didn't have his Batman mask on, hiding most of the merchandise, I think he would be bankrupt right now.
There was very few times where I took the helmet off, and it was literally like in that time span that my glasses were on. Everything I saw, I was like, I need this. And I would be like, no, wait a minute. And then I would take my glasses off and put my helmet back on. I remember saying that too. I was like, maybe it's better if I don't see what we're looking at. You know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I remember like I forced us to do like a whole lap of the place before we actually started spending money.
It's a good
but-
idea.
But once we popped that seal, man, it was like,
Well, we didn't actually finish the lap. Once we got to the Pokemon stand, which you can see on Alex's screen. Hopefully, I'm
Yeah,
pointing at it.
right here, we all
And,
have one
behind
of
Justin,
these
and mine's hidden
beautiful,
over here.
beautiful.
But yeah, these little Pokemon terrariums, super
We'll
cute.
flash
That's
some
when it started.
pictures.
And then we were like, all right, the wallets are out. Scoop up the goods. And
No,
also,
yeah, it
I would
was-
say the third reason to go to Comic-Con that you didn't say is, I mean, yes, one, to cosplay, but also to see all the cosplay. Because we saw some really cool ones.
well,
We
yeah,
didn't
that's
just see one
included in the
Batman. We were
cosplay,
with
though.
one Batman, but then we saw two other Batmans.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
Michael Keatons. There was a very nice Doc Ock. There was a
There was
very
a really
cool
nice
Bane.
Doc. That was sick.
The Bane
A
with
really
the neon
cool-
arms.
There was a
I
really
saw
cool
him.
alternate Red Hood with the like
Yeah.
black jacket.
Literally
really
the
was.
exact opposite of
Mine.
you, which
Yeah,
was
it
so
really
cool.
to see that.
Which,
There was
speaking of which, courtesy of Power Comic Con's Facebook, I can actually display a lot of these cool cosplays we're talking about. So,
oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
That's right.
hopefully you're seeing some of these
Display.
sweet things
Doc
that we
There
like
was
to see.
guy.
There was a
Can't
really
forget-
cool Inuyasha.
yeah, I was about to
That
say,
was cool.
can't
There was
forget the
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha Doc Ock.
The Inuyasha. There was a
Yo.
Bakugo and Zenitsu for any Demon Slayer fans and
I like
Yeah.
seeing
My Hero.
so there was a little girl dressed as Fat Thor. And it was like the
Yeah.
It was pretty gnarly.
So, editor's note, she
was
did rock
really
the
hope she
contest
entered the
and she
costume
won third
contest, and I hope
place.
she won.
Congrats, Baylor Bodie.
So I'm very upset because they did post an entire thread of literally every single one of the costume contest people.
Oh, cool.
And I really do regret it now.
See, I told you, I was telling Alex he should have stayed.
At
And
the
entered,
time,
'cause his Batman
I
was
didn't
so
care at
good.
all. But now I
know,
regret
well-
it so much.
Were there some cool
I
ones?
Why, you
coulda-
think you could have beat him?
Look. I'm gonna put it. I've probably already put a picture of it already. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen. Put it down in the comments. I was a killer Batman. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like I should have entered the contest and I had a good running chance. And I was like, nah, we're not gonna be here that long. We'll just move on. And now I'm like, damn it. And Batman was announcing it. Like, who better to announce Batman than Batman? Like, come on.
That
I was the
sick.
Riddler too, so
Yeah,
and then we had
Justin's
Justin as
Riddler
the
was on
brand
point.
new Riddler,
yeah.
which honestly is a great segue into the next part of the weekend, which
Yeah.
after the Comic-Con, after we got all the cool stuff, we're also going to show some pictures of the cool stuff that we did spend money on.
For sure.
And we got some free comics and stuff like that. But speaking of Riddler, right after Comic-Con, we went down and we saw the new Batman.
Spoilers
right.
ahead.
This is
Yeah.
going to
this
be
is
like
where we
the
have
third
spoiler
time we've talked about
territory.
this movie on this podcast. But honestly, it's been worth it because all that hype leading up to it was justified. That movie was so good.
No,
Yeah.
that movie was fucking sick.
I'm telling you,
we
I
can't even do
still,
an episode without spoilers, so it's about to go deep.
I still like to this day. I've seen it twice so far, and I still will I can't help myself but to get into toxic like Facebook comments and be like, no, you don't even know. Like I come in fact checking, like bringing up all the comics that they referenced and how good they did, like dropping Easter eggs. And like
You
I
heard it
said,
here. If you're in the comments smashing this movie, be warned. Super
Yeah.
Symbiote's coming. He's hiding in the
I
shadows,
told
waiting
you,
to
Super
fact check
Sim.
it.
Look, they think Super Symbiote is the shadow, or I'm hiding in the shadows, but Super Symbiote is the shadows. All right.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it when we were talking about, our little warm up
shadows.
phase. But Matt Reeves recently dropped that Joker scene. Anybody who's seen the movie knows the Joker pops up at the close to the end. It's a little cameo. But holy shit, bro. Barry Cogan's Joker is on a whole nother level. I will die on that hill to everybody who says he's going to be garbage. You have no idea. You are about to get to the Joker what Heath Ledger brought. It's about to be like that.
See, my
promise
thing
you
is
that-
like,
I ain't even
I
seen it
think
yet.
Paul
I gotta see
Dano
that.
deserves so much praise for his portrayal of the
Yeah.
Riddler.
See, so what's great about
Like-
Paul Dano is everybody knew the second Matt Reeves was like, and we've cast Paul Dano, everyone was like, well, he could literally play a citizen on the street and he would get a Grammy for like, he is such a
Yeah.
convincing actor. And then when it was announced he was Riddler, oh my God, like
No, yeah.
my brother
like,
is a
never-
huge
yeah,
Paul Dano fan.
I never had a doubt in Paul Dano. It was more like I would doubt their portrayal that they wrote of the Riddler. Like Paul Dano can do no wrong, but like,
Yeah.
but it ended up being great. Like the way they wrote that Riddler.
No, yeah, it's just the savagery, and like I really just like how well they like played on his like mental illness.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like you could obviously tell like he was not right in the head, the way he spoke, and I mean he was extremely intelligent.
And there was that gradual incline of mental decline throughout the movie for him.
Yeah. What really got me though was that opening scene when he just does that like primal scream as he's about to murder that guy.
I'm telling you.
That's some terrifying
We should,
shit.
yeah, I mean,
Like if my
and
back
honestly,
was turned to that noise, I would literally shit myself on scene.
I
Like,
love
that'd be
that,
my
and then
defense.
followed by just like breathing, just that like instinctual heavy
Yeah.
breathing that someone who just fucking murdered someone would probably have. Like, what a way to open a movie.
So I will
Right.
say again, like what was awesome is Paul Dano said before the movie release in an interview, he was like, the first 5 minutes of this movie is genuinely going to shock people because they are going to go in thinking they're seeing a comic book film, and we're here to do something that you've never seen before.
See, but
And
that's where I feel like,
but like the first time I saw it in theaters, like, you know how it opens silent and then they drop the Batman card and it plays opera music, and everybody in my theater was like, what the fuck is going on? And I looked over to the person I'd went with and I was like, this is an art film. 30 seconds into it, I was convinced this is about to be Matt Reeves bringing you a general art piece of what he thinks the Batman should be. Absolute fucking fantastic film.
My thing about this though is like I feel like because of how seriously he took it, that's probably the most comic book accurate movie we've gotten thus far.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm willing
I've heard
to
a lot of
say
people say that.
that it is probably the best live action portrayal of what the modern Batman is. And like, I mean modern because like if you follow the comics and everything, like the days of the goofy Batman who has like give me the bat shark repellent, like that's done.
Yeah.
They have redone his story. And like if you're following like the new 52 comic line or any of the DC animated films that have come out recently, Batman is that dark, brooding master detective who's a genius. And like that's the main thing, is like he's an insane, dedicated genius who has more willpower than anything else. Like, and I just think that this movie portrays that better than any of the other ones that we have in the past. Like he would literally sit in the Batcave every single day and review every single thing he saw the night before for every single detail. Like he really went into that world's greatest detective Batman.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
popular in the comics.
seeing him
As well
on the
as
crime
being
scenes too.
dark, because like people are being murdered and shit in this movie. Like it's not campy. Like it is dark, like how DC Comics is fucking dark.
So speaking of campy, this is actually something I just saw on Facebook today that it kind of blew my mind. So in this movie, it feels like there's a very heavy influence from the Adam West days. So Bruce Wayne, the giant inside mansion aesthetic. And in the 60s, the main people in Batman's little rogue gallery was like Riddler, Joker, Catwoman, Penguin. And we know that all 4 of these characters were portrayed in the new film, and there was multiple shots of that bust from the Adam West Batcave in Robert Pattinson's living room in the different shots. So I think it's cool that those are Easter eggs, that he heavily just took those 4 characters and completely reinvented them.
Now that you bring up Penguin, that was an amazing portrayal of Penguin.
Yeah.
If Colin Farrell does not win, or if the Batman and Colin Farrell do not win best makeup design of the year, I will be extremely
you can't even tell that is Colin Farrell.
Yeah, people literally refused to believe it. When they showed the set photos, people refused to believe it. They were like, that's literally not Colin Farrell. Y'all are trying to bullshit us. And it is. It's a shitload of prosthetic makeup and just Colin Farrell under all that shit, just doing an absolute amazing performance.
So good.
I cannot wait for a sequel.
Something about this movie that caught me off guard. I know I've already said it to you guys, but like it's the way that they made me look at Batman for the first time and kind of go, yeah, that is kind of just like a guy in a bat suit. Like, shouldn't he really be at this crime scene right now?
Yeah, like the cops
I've never
were like,
felt that way
dude.
towards Batman. Been like, this is a little, it's just kind of like in a bat suit here. Like, I get why everyone feels a little awkward.
Yeah, they were like, dude, he can't. This is an active crime scene, and
He's
you're
like,
gonna let this cosplayer in here to run a
this
detective
cosplayer
mode?
who's literally running around crippling half of the city.
Right.
But like at the same time, that's what's beautiful because at the end of the movie, they all just slowly understand. They no longer see him as a symbol of terror. They see him as a symbol of hope for Gotham. And that is what he will become in the next like 30 years.
And that's another thing that I like that I think makes it more comic book accurate is the fact that he's not solely vengeance and the night. Like, he's a hero, which is ultimately where Batman goes. I mean, if you're looking at Batman's future, whether he joins the Justice League or starts the Batman Beyond initiative or what have you, he is a hero and he has to gravitate towards that thinking path. He can't just always be like, I am the knight and I will break this city until it is good. Like, he can't do that forever. He's got to learn.
So another comment worthy thing that I think we as the W.A.K cast actually cracked after seeing the film, something I didn't comprehend before, was the fact that in this movie, no one but Riddler refers to him as the Batman.
Yeah, that is weird.
Right. Yeah, he was known as Vengeance through the whole movie.
Riddler, all the thugs,
I feel like it's because
Catwoman.
every time someone was like, who are you? He was like, I'm Vengeance, and then break their face.
Yeah, so all of Gotham was like, no, that's Vengeance. But like Riddler was like, the one
the Batman
writing letters to the Batman.
I think that's how that participated in it, selling it in my mind that like, yeah, that's just a bat guy. That's just the guy in a bat suit.
The only argument I have against that theory though is that they already had the bat symbol for the spotlight.
Yeah. And I do like that in the cave, he did have actual bats. It was like he was aware of the insinuation.
That was like honestly like one of the most unrealistic parts of the movie, but it was so cool to just see all those bats just
that's how it should be.
I think that's something every Batman movie has always had, and it's almost tradition at this point. Like
it's
always
sure they didn't do anything. Like they're just there.
We would have been like, is that just whose lair is that? If they're like, if there's no bats,
why the fuck is he in a cave? They would have forgot about the Bat Cave.
That's just Bruce Wayne's lair. If there's no bats, that just says Bruce Wayne.
It's gotta have bats. There's gotta be bats everywhere. Bats.
There's just so many. There's so many theories running around right now about this movie. It's ridiculous. You could probably make a whole 6-hour video on theories.
I mean, there's a lot. I feel like there's a sequel coming, and I want Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
we haven't got Mr. Freeze in a long time. It's been since Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, let us get Mr. Freeze. Come on.
I'm interested to see what they would do with Mr. Freeze, but Two-Face seems a little more realistic.
I think
that would be so good.
I'm not mistaken, there was a Mr. Freeze in Gotham that had a pretty good story arc.
How did we get?
I feel like
Captain Boomerang before we got a Mr. Freeze.
The Flash. They brought in Ezra Miller's Flash and had to pick someone from the Flash villains. Like, Captain Boomerang's cool. He's comical. Bring him in. It's either him or a giant gorilla. Make your choice.
They could have done Captain Cold or the Mirror Master.
And not if they were
Or
saving
Or Reverse
Mr. Freeze.
Flash.
But yeah, three major like potential sequel options would be Mr. Freeze, which Matt Reeves has showed interest in, as well as Two-Face, and of course the allusion to Thomas Wayne being a part of the underground quote unquote mafia of Gotham, Court of Owls.
True. I would love more Court of Owls. I would love them to pop in.
Court of Owls would be cool.
The
It's
first
not.
movie, The Batman, was already pretty spooky. If you bring in the Court of Owls, it's a full-on horror film at that point.
I don't think that they're going to do the Court of Owls. It's because Gotham Knights is slated to come out this year, and that's got a tie-in series coming out with it. And we know that game is about the Court of Owls, which means that tie-in series should also involve the Court of Owls. So if they're doing the Court of Owls with the series, I don't think that movie's going to want to touch that because they're not going to want to be compared to it or tied to it or people thinking about it in any way. So it's best if they go with either Mr. Freeze, Joker and Riddler duo, or,
I realized we really fanboy Batman here on this channel. The W.A.K.
That's what I said
done
before we started. Like,
of
this is like the
Batman
third time
stuff.
we're talking about this specific Batman.
That's true, but it's just because Spider-Man came out really close to when we started.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we did it to Spider-Man too.
We don't have to do a review on Spider-Man because there is nothing wrong with No Way Home.
It's a perfect movie.
It's perfect. All right.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Give it the love it deserves.
And transitioning right on it.
Transition.
Did you guys see that? It was a segue. Anyway, to end our weekend, we went to Carowinds. For those who don't know, Carowinds is an amusement park.
No booze,
near
no.
Charlotte, North Carolina, on the North Carolina, South Carolina border.
Yeah, Carowinds is lit.
Yeah, today on the Booze News, Carowinds. Go
there right now. Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, what I did not know about Carowinds is that it's on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it says where the Carolinas meet, I just never put that together.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not just.
It also
bullshit
is home to what, like the third coaster?
It's up there on the list.
325.
Best coasters on in the
3
US.
or 5. One of those.
Or 4,
325, baby. Is all.
It's in the top 5 for sure.
That shit is fantastic. Absolutely.
It's so fast. Oh my god.
It's great because every time Justin would be like, oh, this is gonna suck, my anxiety would build, but then the anxiety would be like, aren't you so ready for this shit? And I would be like, yeah. Like,
man, that drop is so scary, man. It's 85 degrees, which is basically straight down.
It's so
and you get up to 70 miles an hour in like 2 seconds.
And it's like over a mile long track. So like
right, it's just
like
goes for a long
like
time.
And
like I scream,
coast,
but it goes so long I run out of scream. So I'm just like
that's literally what happened when we got on the like twin or the twin cobras or whatever, flying cobra. As we first dropped, we went so fast that my like excitement yell just went dead silent, and I was like wheezing all the way through. And it was so funny. Like I was like crying tears of excitement the whole time.
Yo, and then their newest ride, the Copperhead Strike, they have somehow figured out how to slow down the coaster as you're in the middle of a loop.
Electromagnets,
I was not
bro.
expecting that. That was terrifying.
It's
that ride.
I love that
super fun.
coaster because it looks like it was constructed by a cat playing with a ball of yarn.
Yeah, it's all over the fucking place.
They just
It's so fun though. I definitely think we should maybe try to plan doing like Winterfest in December there.
they also do Scarowinds.
But Scarowinds, man, that's
Yeah,
the best
Can you
one.
imagine riding
Scarewinds.
the Fury at night?
Scarewinds is an absolute must, but like it's so hard to like pick a definite date. Every time
Yeah.
I've planned Scarewinds, it's always fell through.
It's
And I
hard
feel
during
like
that time, man. It's October, it's close to Christmas. Like
Winterfest would be beautiful around the amusement park. They'd have Christmas lights everywhere. There'd be projectors
they do
everywhere.
that. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
even
showed a billboard for it inside the park.
Oh,
It was
nice.
like all of their seasonal shit, and they end the year with Scarowinds and then Winterfest.
oh word.
That would be sick.
Dang. I think I prefer Scarowinds, to be honest.
I'm a horror guy, so Scarowinds would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like-
feel like it would be cool to do Winterfest, but I also feel like I do not want to ride the roller coasters in the middle of fucking winter.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what doesn't
nipply in
sound great.
October too.
And also,
I mean, yeah,
in the middle of
it'll be
winter,
brisk in October, but it won't
they're
be
not
like
gonna.
10 degrees and you going 70 miles an hour in it.
In winter too, they won't have the milkshakes. Me and Alex both got this great milkshake that had a donut on top.
I actually have a picture of those, so that's
Nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, there you go. We'll
Right
show
there,
you.
pictures of it. Yeah, let's just pop a picture of Fury
And these
right
guys
here,
got
too,
some
just so you can
cool
see it.
Yeah,
stuff
we'll
from there.
slam some like ride footage and stuff of Fury in here so you can really get the gist of what we're
Yeah,
talking
everybody
about.
put on your
Also, we all spent $25 on the arcade and got ripped off by
Got
several claw
ins-
machines.
by
okay.
cheating ass machines
Every
that are
single
designed to make you
time.
fail.
Every single
Pieces of
time
shit.
I hooked him.
Garbage. All of
Justin
them
is
are
my witness.
garbage.
I hooked him. If Justin was like, go for the head, I would literally scoop on all three claws under the ass of this thing and I would pick the whole thing up and it would just be like, and drop it. And then
Like it was
pissed me off
like,
so bad.
I like analyzed this thing from all sides and I was like, you need to grab it by its ass because that's where all the weight is. So grab it by its ass, get the hooks in, and then it can't drop. And it picked it up and it literally picked it up and it lifted it all the way up to the top, right? Right. And it was holding. That's the thing, is that there was the delay. It's not like it immediately slipped out. It pulled it up to the top. And then right before it started to actually move back, you saw the claw go and just drop that bitch.
See, that's
And
why
it
I
was like,
started.
"You mother-"
That's why I started to think, okay, I see the strategy. You get the ones closest to the hole, and in that delay, they have a percentage to fall and tilt into the chute. And I was like, this will be perfect. And I pulled that method like 4 times, and it was flawless execution. Still fucked me every single time. It was so angry. Like at that point, I should have just ran around and played games, and I would have been fine.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
oh
know
my
there were some cool
god,
games.
Like there's like air hockey and like
Nerf
Halo.
Strike. I wanted to play Nerf Strike Wars with a friend.
They had fucking
Well, we could have next time. I still got my card.
Bro,
The
I'm
moral of
telling
the
you.
story is go to Carowinds,
Guitar
ride the
Hero.
rides, get a big milkshake, get some Papa Luigi's, get some shrimp fries,
Oh my
crab
god,
fries.
the
and
crab
maybe go to the
fries.
arcade. Maybe not.
Oof.
Crab fries are not fries made from crab, by the way.
Yes,
are
they
regular
felt the need to
fries.
stress that while we were in line. Like, you know, these ain't got crab in it, right? Just give me the fries, damn it.
All
I'm
crab
hungry.
fries, man.
Dude,
I'm
you literally
hungry.
have a sign outside that says "Come taste our world famous crab fries."
Yeah, like that's
Give me
false
fucking crab
advertising.
fries.
Y'all just put that Tony Satchery
Everybody
sauce
be
on there and
following.
handed it to me.
It's literally, I swear to God, it's not just that's what every single restaurant uses.
Yeah,
You just
probably.
don't get the cheese. It was the exact
Dang.
same fries that I
But
got at the burger place. Same seasoning and all. I mean, they're good fries. Don't get me wrong. They're fucking dope. But
what I'm
all the way-
hearing is that it sounds like come this October, we may be doing another episode about Carowinds. if we
We will see
plan
what happens.
accordingly.
Well, I have 2 weddings to go to this year, but we will see.
Because by the time Scarewind comes, I've got vacation days to use.
Shit, I also have a wedding to go to in October.
Nah, Scarewinds is like the whole last week of October. We can go any day that last week and be flawless.
No, I think mine's the 22nd.
Gucci.
Should be all right.
My parents' wedding anniversary is Halloween night, and my ass is probably gonna be in Scarewinds. I mean, it's sick. It's sick.
Crazy.
What can you do?
No, yeah.
Well,
If you haven't been to Carowinds, try and go. But more
Yeah.
importantly,
We're gonna plan our Scarewinds trip.
Hey, shout out to the Spider Boys who might be making an appearance at Scarewinds this year.
right. Also, if you want to have some fun, go to an amusement park. You're an adult. Fucking do that shit.
Yeah, it's something that it took way too long
Like,
for us to realize.
Before your body can't handle it. 'Cause
Right?
You do be shaking it
All the
up.
shit you want to do as a kid, like you're an adult now.
Just do it. Who the fuck's
Whenever
gonna
you
stop
want.
you? Just do it. That's solid advice for every single listener to take. If you're an adult and you see something and you're like, nah, that's very childish, don't think that way. Just do it. It's fun.
Do it.
It's
Buy a Pokemon
fantastic.
in a terrarium. Buy your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Go to the
Chill in a
zoo.
little terrarium.
Go to
in
the
a
zoo.
Pokeball.
Fucking go to amusement parks. Go to trampoline
Buy Elden
parks.
Ring.
Go
Do
to a
that.
museum.
Buy Elden Ring because 10 out of 10 and you know it. I mean,
Dad.
the possibilities are endless. Buy
Tiny Tina's, but that's a spoiler for next week.
Yeah. We're gonna give you a week to get a little Tiny Tina in before we go raw into it. So you've been warned.
Yeah. Almost spoiled the fuck out that game.
You've been warned. Justin's coming in filthy on this one.
Yep. Well, and with that, that's the episode. That's been the special.
Yeah.
We had a great weekend. We missed a week because of it. We're sorry, but
finally in
you enjoy
person.
hearing about it. Check out all these things we did. Go do them for
Yeah.
yourself. These Comic-Cons happen all the time, all over. See if your local town is having one soon.
Definitely in the South Carolina area, PowerCon will be happening again September 21st, same spot in Florence. If you're in the South Carolina area, you should go check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, Carowinds is open, every single week.
All the time. Carowinds
in
booming,
Charlotte,
baby.
North Carolina. Also, technically, some random place in South Carolina that's attached to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And that's really fun too.
Yeah.
If you have been
Batman
to these places,
is still in theaters.
Yeah.
So go see Batman.
We'll also
the best Batman movie.
Will also be on HBO Max April 16th, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Nice.
We're gonna be on HBO Max.
No,
the
Batman
W.A.K will be streaming on HBO Max. No, the Batman, you fool. The Batman HBO Max. Yeah.
And if you've already seen the Batman, or if you've been to Carowinds or at Comic-Con recently, let us know down in the comments. Tell us all about it. We want to hear about the cool stuff you've done or cosplayed as. And hit us up on the Facebook, hit us up on Twitter, and wherever down in the comments.
I promise we've been pretty poopy about it, but if you're on our Twitter, which I've noticed our followers have gone up a little bit on Twitter. Appreciate the love. Appreciate that, guys. But if you're on Twitter, you notice I've been a little posting something every now and then. So we're making an effort. We've just been extremely busy. So you got to bear with us.
Yeah, this is new for us still.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening in. And as always, I've been Naboo That's-Who.
I'm Fluffy McGruff.
And I'm Super Symbiote.
I'm
Have a
fluffy
great day.
Rudolph.
Monday, whatever day it is, start your week.
Yeah.
Make it a good one.
Yep. It's Monday.
Bye, guys.
Now that's a W.A.K production.